Hello, I'm Caroline Cranshaw, and I am the founder of the Integrative Hypnotherapy Institute. And I wanted to tell you about why I got into hypnotherapy and why I decided to start a school to teach other people kind of my techniques. So I grew up with quite a bit of trauma, and as a result was taken to quite a few therapists. And I found most of the time I couldn't relate to the therapists. Their techniques I didn't like, they didn't really work for me. And as a result, I decided to train in counseling and psychotherapy. And so I did that at university, and I got very disillusioned because they talked a lot about how it was going to take years to get results with people. And I didn't really like that. I thought that just seemed too long. So I went into a complete other field. I moved to New Zealand when I was 24, and when I was 26 years old, I had a massive car accident. And my fault, hit a truck towing a boat, both of us going around 85 k's an hour, and I broke pretty much everything. I had facial reconstruction, kneecaps reattached. Bad accident, really bad head injury. And they told me that I was always going to have issues, that they weren't sure I was going to walk properly ever again, and they weren't sure if I was going to recover from my head injury. And I really didn't like that outcome. And I remembered in university training, learning about this therapist named Milton Erickson. And he had healed himself of polio when he was 17 years old, and he was completely paralyzed, and he did it through visualization. And for me, I just had this moment of remembering that after the doctors kind of came and gave me that outcome. And so that's what I did for weeks. I just visualized myself healing. And I did very quickly, way beyond what the doctors thought. And for me, that was kind of my first taste of visualization and what it actually could do and how powerful our minds actually were over our bodies. And so I did recover completely, and I became very interested in hypnotherapy as a result. And I trained in hypnotherapy, and I found that amazing. But I found that you could only go so far in New Zealand. So I had to go overseas to train, and I've been lucky enough to train with some of the most amazing therapists and healers there are. And so I went in to build a practice, and I've done very well with that. And I think for me, I am an obsessive learner, and I learned that I found through my working with clients, there were some holes in why things wouldn't work, and hypnotherapy just didn't seem to be enough. So I really started researching the brain and body chemistry and neurotransmitters and health and kinesiology and sex therapy and relationships. And I found that when people asked me who wanted to become hypnotherapists themselves, there wasn't really anything that taught all of that in one course. And so I had client after client asking me to start a school, basically, start training people in hypnotherapy, and I was always kind of dismissive of it. But after being asked like 100 times, I thought, maybe I should do this. So I have. And so we will be teaching you everything there is to know about hypnotherapy, at least what I think. And it is the most comprehensive course there is in New Zealand and pretty much anywhere else. There's nothing else like it of its kind that will teach you not only hypnotherapy and counseling and coaching, but kinesiology and neurotransmitters and how to address issues at their core, not only psychologically, but from a chemical point of view, and how to identify that for each individual in a way that it will work for them and apply techniques to each individual. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. So you should, if you are interested, inquire and contact me. I'd love to have a chat with you about it. And I'm just incredibly excited. We're getting accreditation as we speak right now from one of the top accreditations in the United States and as well as the UK. So that will be done in the next few months. So it'll be highly accredited. and the most comprehensive course. We're going to be doing live demos every day. We want you to really immerse yourself in not only just learning about it, not just learning about the history of hypnotherapy and the real basics that I think personally isn't what makes you a great therapist. I think what makes you a great therapist is being able to practice it over and over and learn techniques that will rapidly give people the results they want. So if you're interested, contact me and I would love to have a talk to you about it.